Football right at the 20-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
On the move to his left. And his first look is incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Out to his left. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And again, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Foot down. Here's Presley Harden on the punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
For a guy still in his 2nd year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the... fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Barton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Dwyer. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Terry McLaurin, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the 2nd round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. A few got away from it. Might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop.
Touchdown, Chicago! Terry McLaurin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Here's Prescott. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Bears now ready to take over again.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Able to get this one to McBride.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Back to throw. Dwyer. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Prescott.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a 1st down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Prescott yet again. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Prescott now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Hey, we can push ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. Well, he's showing past the age of 30 you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dwyer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
I give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Pass on for the extra point.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Prescott. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Dwyer. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. Well, one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Henry up the middle. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Henry again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Looking to throw. Dwyer. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From a yard out.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it is 28-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken in at the 3.
And now here come the Cowboys. One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. If you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott over the middle. He completes it to Robinson. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Prescott on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On second down, Elliott. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott.
He finds Bateman over the middle. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On second down, Elliott once more.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Again, it's Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Now Prescott. Hauled in by Anderson, left side.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down the ground.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on second down.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Here's Prescott. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, and more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
Now, I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive to either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Dwyer. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They'll try the right side with Henry. To throw on 2nd down. Dwyer. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Dwyer. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Dwyer. They set up the screen for Henry. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears just continue to roll. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
And he returns this to the 22. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
To throw is Prescott. Out left to Anderson. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Prescott.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And again, it's Prescott. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Prescott.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw again.
Left side, he's got Robinson.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Got his tight end, that's complete. That's Schultz. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC divisional round game. And you can see the result there. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now Prescott.
He finds his man. It's Robinson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 44-yard line. Inside give to Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
80 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But it used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
On 1st and 10, Dwyer looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Dwyer. And his throw is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Dwyer.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he's got it complete to Anderson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott
completes it once more to Anderson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys. from 3 yards out.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving prop. That's caught inside the 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to be even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff to Henry. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Dwyer. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to stay in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Prescott's throw going to be caught by Gallup, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings brings up fourth. They'll run it with Elliott. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Found this. Anderson loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship.
Holding. Offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. On 3rd down, Henry. They find some open field here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
108 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run it again with Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw. Dwyer, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's a foot race. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Now Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Dwyer slings this deep from McLaurin. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 34 yards. And the Bears have struck first in this NFC title game. And on a stage of this magnitude, the conference championship, so many early game jitters can happen, so that scores a big relief to a coach.
Yeah, no one wants to mention that in the locker room before the game. No one says, hey, listen, don't fumble or don't do this because you don't want negative thoughts. That's why getting off to a good start is so huge for everyone. The first score in the conference title game, massive.
An extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And just in case you didn't know in the days leading up to the NFC title game, you definitely know now. No rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. But this is getting towards uncharted territory. This is a monster deal. If this offense believes in it, which I believe that it does, they could be the ones to break that streak. And having spent time around this team, I'm starting to believe they're going to get it done.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. Garcia now, off the play fake. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Carter.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garcia. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there at a first down for L.A. Off play action. Garcia.
A throw to the flat for Carter. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Back to the ground with Carter.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Garcia. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Garcia. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Garcia. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carter. And they'll get him down at about the 37. Well short of first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Dwyer. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Dwyer throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Garcia gets this one to Morris.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A give to the fullback on the dive. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. 2nd and goal from the 1.
They'll try to run for it with Carter.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Now Garcia to throw. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Rams have moved out in front.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw. Dwyer. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's Blake Gillikin now. Cooper Kupp deep for L.A. This is taken at the 23. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Here's Garcia, looking to throw on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Morris. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he's dropped right at 40. Gain of 3. Now Garcia, off play action. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
4 yards. 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Garcia from the gun on third down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
Now how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. Dwyer. And this one's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Brings up second and 10.
A toss right to Henry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
From the gun on third down. Dwyer. He dumps it off for Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
On second down, here's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. And this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Throwing on first down. Dwyer. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
To throw on second down. Dwyer. Touchdown Bears. Trey McBride. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass now for the point after.
And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Los Angeles.
Operating from the gun, Garcia. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Garcia now to throw on second down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, Garcia. That'll be caught by Cup. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So on fourth down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bears take over.
The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Dwyer.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
To throw again, Dwyer. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the gun on third down, Dwyer. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will tie things at 17-all. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as it kicks away. And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And believe it, it is the Cleveland Browns who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Bears, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On third down, here's Carter.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Another run on second down with Carter.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Garcia steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they're going to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball
on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Dwyer. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll roll him out right. A check down here for Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dwyer. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Dwyer. And he comes back with one complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. But that is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Garcia. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Samson Abuka, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A give up the middle to Carter. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now Garcia to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
On to the field now come the Bears.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 25 yards that time.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back to throw again.
St. Brown making the catch on the out route.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. They'll look to throw again.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dwyer.
That's complete to McBride.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. But here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Henry up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, it's some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, it's Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Flushed it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Third and goal here. A big play brewing in this NFC title game.
Here's Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to break our 4th quarter tie.
The kick by Bass is good.
And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Garcia throwing the out route incomplete. It's Morris. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you are closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Dwyer looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Second and 4. Back to throw. Dwyer. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Dwyer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. To throw on second down. Dwyer completes to Mooney on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Running from the gun with Henry.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. And a quick throw here that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to swell the lead to 6.
The kick by Bass is good.
And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field, and they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic.
Here's Garcia throwing to start the drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now Garcia looking to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. A nice job of eluding the pressure there. Scrambling for 11. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Garcia.
He's got Rager.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. He'll get this one to Cup complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with the offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may do it for this NFC title game. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it again with Henry. Down right around the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Dwyer. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl.
The Bears will be shuffling on to the Super Bowl. They are the NFC champs as we say goodnight, everybody. No more distractions. It's time to get this one started as here we go. Super Bowl 61 is underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. I mean, harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season. That's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Slam route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Looking to throw on second down. Dwyer. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Looking to throw. Dwyer. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And the Bears are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up first and goal.
A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's first and goal. Henry diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And I'm sure for these guys, the break from the conference championship to the Super Bowl seems so long. To get out here and score that first touchdown has to take some tension out of the game.
Oh, I love the point you just made about the gap between. Think about the pressure that is built in the interim. To come out and get the first points in the Super Bowl, fantastic for the team.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. 5 plays there on that drive. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Watson on first down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Mancovers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Watson. He finds his man complete. That's Simmons. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And he finds McLaurin. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Again to Henry. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dwyer. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. To throw on 2nd down. Dwyer. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Running the sweep with McLaurin. He will push his way down to about the 14. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dwyer to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Dwyer.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Still to go here in Super Bowl 61. We have reached the end of one quarter of play. We'll be back in just a moment. 10-3 the score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. And we are back, Super Bowl 61. Thanks for joining us, everybody, nationwide and around the globe as both teams get set to begin the second quarter. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 1st down, Dwyer. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Derrick Henry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. From the gun on 3rd down. Dwyer, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 5 now. Watson eluding the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll look to throw here. Now he's flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
And he missed it. It's no good. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. And he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses?
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
47 yards now on the ground and just 7 carries.
And that's a nice pickup on the 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll run with Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Henry again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football, but on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
The kick by Bass is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns set and ready to go on offense.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And that is incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
To throw on 2nd down, Dwyer. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Forced out to his left.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, he and his outfit were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Throwing on 1st down, Dwyer. It's caught at the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A gain of 37.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
to throw. Dwyer escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Looking to throw on second down. Dwyer. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Bears continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Flushed out right.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Dwyer.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Watson now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Parks. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Watson on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
It's hard to be surprised at the miss there with the way this first half has gone. Here they were hoping to get some sort of momentum to carry them into the locker room, but even this doesn't pan out.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson, his second sack of the night. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Dwyer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, the heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, Dwyer. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. To throw on 2nd down, Dwyer. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Back to throw. Dwyer. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
On first down, Dwyer. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Dwyer. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They go up the middle with Chubb. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get this up to about the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Holding offense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They run again on first down, Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. A little juke. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. Now a first down throw, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
To throw is Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds as the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 61. The culmination of the season and the crowning of a champion after the 4th quarter, which is coming up next.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Dwyer. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11.
Looking to throw. Dwyer. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. To throw again on second down. Watson. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Watson. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
On first down, Watson. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want him to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Henry again on second down. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. Back to throw. Dwyer. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And the busy night for Henry continues. 79 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And this will be a Bears first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Henry. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. They set up the screen to Chubb.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now it's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got him in, complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Over the middle, complete. It's Parks.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Watson looks to throw again. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Touchdown, Browns! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running from the gun with Henry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Henry up the middle. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Henry running right. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out.
They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, You're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Watson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. And these Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. The Detroit Lions now on the clock. The New York Jets are now on the clock. The Tennessee Titans are now on the clock. It's the Atlanta Falcons now on the clock.